So you have logged into the domain with your unique credentials, right? Let's say that I am wanting to research a particular passenger car OEM. I would go into the domain under manufacturers. Let's say that OEM is Audi. I access the page, and within that page, I will see the About Me section, right, which will give an idea of where the OEM is currently at. In this case, what is their vision for the future? What is the roadmap for EVs? And what sort of platform variants they're supporting? Of course, this will be different or unique based on the OEM page that you're on. There'll be some model insights as well as the suppliers that particular OEM is currently working with, from batteries, cells, motors, electronic components, etc., etc. For example, let's say next I want to research a OEM in the marine area. Okay, so we have, let's go with Azura Marine. So it's a Singapore-based company established in 2012. Works in hydrogen and solar electric propulsion. So this is a sort of a different area compared to what most of the sectors are working with right now. Then we have information on some of their major models, a tabular format of their variants and specifications that they're supporting. And of course, for each of them, there's a reference page further to, or rather a resource page further to get into more details. Okay. Now let's look at some of the other domains. For example, let's say components. Okay. I'm in the components tab and I want to research more in the area of cells. Within cells, of course, things are broken down further into cathode, anode, electrolyte, separator, terminals, etc. Right? Let's say that I would like to learn about the cathode. So there's a description telling you what the cathode exactly means, how does it exactly work, or what role does it play within a particular cell, what is the description, some of the selection criteria as far as the material is concerned, and overall application that I'm looking for, like application I'm looking to deploy it in. And once again, there are details on more resources within that particular component. Similarly, we go back, let's say now I want to research on anode, and again, it's the same thing. This is the negative terminal, so again, it gives you information on what the makeup of that is, what sort of materials are used, how does the flow work, and again, some selection criteria and resources. Let's take a look at the suppliers tab. Again, I want to research what are some of the suppliers when it comes to cells, right? Let's say that I'm interested in Bark Tech. There's an introduction section showing who the supplier is, where they're based out of, and then there's of course a very high level and informative section that tells you what sort of different cells that they are supporting or able to manufacture, right? Cylindrical cells, prismatic cells, as well as what are some of the ratings of each of these models that they are supporting. And once again, we have references for each. Then we have a technology tab. Let's see, we're able to, of course, look it up right here, as well as scroll through the list within the technology section, right? So let's say that I want to look at some system level elements, right? And within system level elements, let's say that I want to research on what is regenerative braking and how it works. So again, we have an introduction of what regenerative braking means. What is the description of that technology? What are some of the types of regen braking? a system level diagram of how the flow works, right? What is break blending? What is series break blending versus what is parallel break blending? How how do you choose one over the other? Then there is some again selection criteria, some calculations that go into figuring out what is the braking force and how it gets distributed. Uh, so, like I said, it's extremely detailed and gives you a very good view of what a particular system level element might be in this case, or technology might be, how it works, what is the design criteria, what are some of the hardware and software level requirements, and implementation challenges. It also has relevant standards that may apply to it, to its design as well as functioning. And then we have a lot of resources on it. So as we can see in the technology area, there's a pretty much all manner of subsystem components that make up an advanced electric vehicle are included. We have cells, battery, converters, charger, motors or e-drives, the power distribution unit, all sorts of controllers that go into or are used. System level elements like we saw with the region braking or torque vectoring or say driveline configurations. Then we have from the autonomous or connected vehicle tech, we have particular sections for those, certifications and lab equipment, and of course, diagnostics, standard and regulation. So it's an absolute complete picture of um, what you will find that makes up a vehicle at the end of the day, right? And let's say that I have gotten into this section of region braking and I would like to share it with somebody, uh, a colleague maybe who already has either a subscriber of Gyaniki, or you would like for that person to take a look and maybe register to become a subscriber. All you have to do is you can go to this send by email section. You type their email address, whatever personalized message that you have, and if they are a subscriber, of course, they get to view the entire page. And if they are not, they get an idea of or a high level view of what this particular page is that you're trying to share with them. And you hit send, and that's about it.